everybody! This video is going to be a video about Esbat activities. So these are things that you can do during the new moon, the full moon, and the dark moon. So the first one we're going to do is the new moon check. Now, when I first started this path about 6 years ago, I was in a study group for about 2, and we did this thing called the new moon check. And this was something that I didn't really think was going to work at first, but then after I did it and it worked the very first time, I was like, oh my gosh, yay, this is so exciting. So, okay, this is what you need. You just need a blank check. That's all you need. And do this within the first 48 hours after the moon is new. On the to part, like pay to, write your name, and then however much money it is that you need. Let's just say that you need $250 for your car payment. So write $250 and then write that out, because there's like the spelling out part. And then for the memo line, write down for car payment or for whatever. And then sign the check, the law of abundance. Fold it up, and you can put it in like one of these little green felt pouches, and then put it away someplace, and it'll work, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh! Make sure the moon is not in void, of course, when you do this though, but it is so amazing and it works so well. Yay! So anyway, that's a really fun thing to do during the new moon. The full moon, as I mentioned in my video previous to this, you could do a full moon list. And that's when you write down all of your blessings or all the things that you want to work on. And for the blessings one, you can put in like a rainbow pouch. And for all the things that you want to banish or work on, you can put in a black pouch. Just a very simple idea. You can also do what's called a self-blessing for health, wealth, love, and wisdom. And this is from my all-time favorite author, Z Budapest. This is the book that I'm talking about. This is the book where I got it from. It's called The Grandmother of Time. And I don't really know how to pronounce her first name. I could try, but I know that I would not do a very good job. And this is also another one, Grandmother Moon, and this is my signed first edition of this. Oh, I love her. Yay! Anyway, she's amazing. I would highly recommend that you get both of these books. They're so good. But like The Grandmother of Time, she has one called the Self-Blessing for Health, Wealth, Love, and Wisdom. And this is one that if you do if you're really dedicated and you really want to learn to love every ounce of yourself, every nuance of your being, I would recommend that you do this every full moon for a year. And there's a lot of you guys going for, like your year in a day. Like Coconut Summer mentioned that next year at Beltane is going to be her year and a day. Yay! I'm so proud of you, yay! But anyway, so this is a good one because every month the essence of each full moon is so different. And when you do this each month, you'll get something more out of it. And when you do it for, 13 full months, it's one of the most amazing transformational things that you're ever going to come across. So, just a recommendation. And you can also sit under the full moon and ask the goddess for your name. And I spoke I believe it was my BOS video, I spoke about a naming ritual. That is not the same as this. The naming ritual that I spoke about that I have in my back here, that was actually my son's coming of age naming, and that's when he got to choose his magical name. I believe we each have 2 magical names. We have the magical name that we use and everyone knows us by, like my magical name is Flora, and that's what I go by. And then I also have a secret magical name that I ask the goddess for under the full moon, and that's the one when I'm doing spells. That's the name that I give her, that I introduce myself as, and that's our secret name, and that's the name that I go by with her and the god. So, and that's the same thing. You can just sit under the full moon and you can ask the goddess to give you your secret name, and also to help you find your magical name that everyone will know you by. So that's another very wonderful thing that you can do under the full moon. And there's a lot of different books out there that you can find the particular sign that the moon is in. This is a good one. It's called Everyday Moon Magic by Dorothy Morrison. She explains to you like each of the moons, like March is the seed moon, And February is the chaste moon or chaste moon. January is the wolf moon. And then she also goes in and says what to do if the moon is in Capricorn or the moon is in Sagittarius. And so in that, you're using each particular sign's strengths. And so you can tailor each of your spells for that month for the sign that the moon is in. It's very, very wonderful. And same with this. You know, this is a good book. This is by DJ Conway. This is the same thing. This goes into each of the different moons and the folklore behind the different moons, and they're just wonderful. And again, Budapest, this is phenomenal. I have this tabbed. I use it so much. She is unbelievable. She gives different spells, you know, different things. I mean, she's amazing. So anyway, I could go on and on. But okay, now for the dark moon or the waning moon, this is when the moon is typically 25 to 28 days old. This is a great time to do any kind of banishing. And something that you can do for a banishing, you just get a black candle and a votive, a little bit of parchment, write down anything that you want to banish, get a tweezers, light it, it's done. You know, it's very simple, very, very simple things. The apple banishing spell that I did, actually, you know, that video, I don't have the number in front of me, but I'll actually post it. That's a very, very good one. I've had a lot of people compliment and say, oh yeah, it worked, and so they were very excited. I'm glad it works for you. I know sometimes what works for one person may not work for somebody else, so please let us know if the things that you're doing work that I recommend. Another one from Budapest from the Grandmother of Time, it's in the October section. It's called The Spell to Let Go. And October is a very good time to let go, since that is the end part of the year, and it's a great time to just get rid of anything. Like I mentioned in my Esbat video before, that's when the goddess just says, give me all your trash. I'm ready to take care of anything that you're ready to get rid of, you know. Psychic house cleaning, you know what I mean? And this is one of the best. It's actually on page 203. And the self-blessing that I mentioned earlier is on page 137. And I highly recommend you get this book. This book has folklore about all the different moons. It's got rituals that other people do at this time of the year. And she's got all the months and all the different holidays. It's wonderful. And this is a good time to do banishing. I mean, there isn't, like I mentioned that before. And also breaking karmic contracts with people. And this one I'm going to do a separate video about. This, there's some controversy as to, you know, is it in your power to break a karmic contract with someone? Yes, I think it is. Because there is some point in time when you just say, that's enough, you know. And I'll go into that deeper when I do that video. But this is a perfect time to do that. You could do binding spells. This is the perfect time to do the return to sender spell. I mentioned that in my candle video. This is the perfect time to just get rid of anything that you don't want. So I hope that, oh, another thing that you can do for the full moon, take a goblet, fill it full of spring water, tap water, whatever kind of water that you want, but make sure that it is drinkable. And you leave it. I would recommend any kind of natural element such as glass or clay, not plastic. And you put it under the full moon and you drink it the next morning. Oh my gosh. It is the most amazing water you will ever drink. And I have like a frog in my throat. I apologize. But anyway, I hope I've given you guys some ideas of things to do during each of the different Esbats. Don't forget to make the Esbat cookies. Blessed be, and I'll talk to you guys later.